So, friends, we have a great quest. Now, I am asking this question to Vivek Ranjan Pandey. Does God exist or not?
Great question for all time. Since the beginning of this universe and humanity, this question was asked time and again whether God exists or not. Religion has to say so many things about it. And not one religion, all religion is pondering upon this question whether God exists or not. But the science has a different view to offer. Science never asked this question whether God exists or not. Science has always attempted to read the God's mind. How God works. What is the mind of the God? So, the basic premise of the question is different in religion and in science. And what is science? Science is a systematic study of a phenomena where the reproducibility is there, falsification is there, and the methods which apply, which gives the empirical result. Initially, deduction, induction was the method. After the call proper, there was a method called falsification. New facts comes in the picture. The new empirical data comes in the picture, and the theory which already exists, if falsifiable by that, then the new science comes. Falsification gives a way to new science. Now the question whether God exists or not. I would like to mention Spinoza, and I would like to start this short talk with Spinoza. Spinoza's most controversial work known as Ethics. This book was banned for a very long time, and it was thought that this is a book against the Christianity. The God of Spinoza was the God of science. It was not an impersonal God. Impersonal God, you may ask so many things. You may make a prayer, you may ask for good blessings and all so on and so forth. But Spinoza God is the nature's God, and Spinoza's God is something by understanding the mind of God, which is being itself. It is not in the being, but it is a being itself. It's eternal and in eternity. So he sets up the propositions, axioms, definitions, and the manner in which he has written his treatise is known as a kind of a Euclid geometry. Euclid geometry is a linear geometry where the points linear in a linear line in one plane we understand. But as the mathematics progressed, the Euclid geometry, apart from the Euclid geometry, we have a parabola geometries. We have a multi-dimensional geometry in 1 dimension, 2 dimension, till 11 and 12 dimension. And when this geometry is invented or discovered, by which we can understand various dimensions. Like in a tree, if you see the top of the tree, there's a one two branches, and then one branch, another in 2 branches, 3 branches, and this is how the tree goes. This is kind of by which we can have a topology of a fractal geometry, and by which we can understand the nature, how nature progress, and this kind of a pattern found in everywhere. In biology it is found in physics, it is found in many other branches of natural sciences. So this kind of understanding of a fractal geometry, Fibonacci number and Fibonacci square, spiral structure pattern is apparent in everywhere. So the small formulas and small mathematics which has been generated is found everywhere in the nature. So one question comes that how God's mind works.
Okay.
So science is all about understanding the God's mind. Understand, like in Einstein theory, space and time. When we have a static science in a Newtonic science, deterministic science. In quantum science, we have a different conception of space and time, and in a string theory, we can say so that there is no time at all. Okay, there is no time at all. So this is how we understand God's mind. So in the quest of science, the quest whether God exists or not is not the quest. The quest is to understand the God's mind. So when you talk of science, it can tell you that there are patterns, there are phenomena, there are formulas which are small one, by which one formula we can understand the various phenomena, patterns and structures by pure mathematics. And in that we can say that the entire nature is running in one way in such a way it appears to be in chaos. But apart from chaos, in chaos itself there is order, and organizing this thing in such a way, what kind of a mind, what kind of a logic, what kind of a mathematics is working is understanding, is a way to understand the God and God's mind. So as we examine this question in religious nature is quite a different than the examination of this question and investigation of this question is different in science. We are reading the God's mind, we are trying to read the God's mind, and from that we want to understand that how nature works. So question whether God exists or not is not of that importance. The important question is that how he functions.
And any suggestion to our viewers about the existence of God?
Whenever you ask this question as a scientist or a logical thinker or as a mathematician, the finest answer is the answer given by the Einstein, that he believes in the Spinoza's God.
Okay.
God of nature, God of science, which is not impersonal God, which is not God of that kind of a prayer, which may and may not answer your prayer, but his mind is so beautiful, and the beauty of his mind is mathematics.